Hey guys, DMS here. Today I have for you a review of the Fostex TH909, the open back flagship biocellulose dynamic from Fostex. Now, this is actually Z's pair. We were just using this at Rocky Mountain Audio Fest, and I have to give it back to him soon. And we have very different opinions on this headphone. Build-wise, it feels like pretty much any other biocellulose dynamic Fostex, like the XOOs. It uses basically the same sliding mechanism, the same detaching mechanism as the, I believe it's the TRs, or something like that. One of the newer mass drop biocellulose dynamic variants of their closed back headphone. It's basically an open back TH900 with some updates to the internals. Build is fine, comfort is okay, it needs more padding on the top. Why does this not have more padding on the top? Look how thin the top of this headphone is. I mean, I get that some headphones want to be thin, but they're not committing to it all the way around. If you're going to commit to being a super thin headphone, commit to it everywhere, not just where it counts up here. At least do it on the sides also. I don't think they were trying to go for something thin. I think that they were trying to just stick to a headphone that they've already made a bunch of headbands for. And this is just kind of how it ended up. So if you like this headphone, you should get a pilot pad or some Dakoni nuggets because the comfort is lacking. Now the pads are fine. These are not the stock pads. I've listened to them with the stock pads as well. This is a pair of pads from Z, and I definitely agree that it is much more comfortable with these pads on them, and I can't seem to get this untwisted. There we go. The pad rings are the same mechanism that the others use. I'm not a fan of it. It gets the job done. There are better methods out there, but at least the pads are removable and changeable if you want to. And I've done an absolute ton of pad swapping on these because of the way they sound. I've probably sounded irritated myself for this whole video, and that's because I am irritated with how these sound. There's something about Fostex headphones where they are very, very detailed. Very, very, very detailed. And have great bass extension and great treble extension, but the tuning is just wacky. The tuning of these headphones it's bassy, the treble's up there, it's super V-shaped, but it's V-shaped to the point to where it makes my Bayers sound tamed, to where my DT990s and the T1s and the other Bayers I've got sitting around sound tame in comparison to this treble, and the T1 is not a very tame headphone on the highs. The T1 can be a very bright headphone. And so can the 990 at times. Even the 880 can be bright on some songs, but this makes them all sound like a 650, which is a dark headphone by comparison in a significant margin. This thing wrote the book on sibilance, which pains me to say because it's so very just brutally well articulated. But I feel like the sibilance is so much of a problem that it makes it unredeemable. Now, there are more sibilant headphones that I've tried, and much more sibilant headphones I have here, one in particular. But this is a flagship. And for a flagship to just be so hollow sounding and brutally sibilant in the highs and lacking in comfort, I have a very hard time liking it. And I want to just put a pilot pad on it, and I want to find the right set of ear pads that tame the highs on this. Like I said, if they were going for like a thin and light, I would understand this, but this is not a thin and light headphone. This is a big desktop flagship. I just can't find anything about it. I can't find anything about it that I enjoy. Because when I do find myself starting to enjoy the detail, the treble kills it or the top of my head starts hurting. I just don't know if it's worth it. It sucks to say that, but I just don't know if it's worth it. Now, I tried this on a variety of amps. Some did pull the treble down a hair. And if you really, really just have to have this headphone, and you already have a pilot pad and you're okay with it, and you are only ever going to use it on one amplifier that's going to pull the treble back, okay. But why? There are so many headphones out there that resolve detail excellently, that are definitely much more usable than this overall. I think the Verite sounded great. I think the Otor sounded great. Unless you specifically want, you know, this specific sound of Biocellulose Dynamic. Or, I mean, maybe you have hearing loss and you just want it to be super ultra mega bright. I don't know. I did try this on the X2O amp that Z likes this with, and I will admit that amp made a significant difference in the performance of these headphones. It made them completely bearable, but they still sounded a bit hollow. Now that is my personal preference when it comes to frequency response. I don't like super V-shaped headphones. But if you do like super V-shaped headphones, that amp did make the treble tolerable. It did make the headphone usable, and I understand why he liked them in that respect. But it is certainly not the headphone for me in any way, shape, or form. So, I hope you liked this video. If you want early access to the next one, my Patreon is only $1. And that will give you early access to all my reviews before they come out and help support the channel. And if you like this video, please leave a like down below. Comment letting me know what you want to see in the future, and don't forget to stick around and subscribe for more videos like this. Until the next one, guys. Peace.